In today's video, we'll be going over the ELCAN M145 telescope. Now this is a 3.4 power 28mm optic, and it's designed to range and engage targets out to 1200 meters. This sight has an 8.2mm exit pupil, which for us means that it's great in low light levels. The reticle pattern, as you can tell, has a built-in trajectory compensation for the 3 to 1200 meter range, and due to its excellent use in low light levels, the 3 to 800 meter range can be illuminated for up to 7 days of continuous use, though I don't think this is possible in ArmA. The gap in the vertical lines represent a 60-inch target at the range noted, so it's a rough estimate given that that is only a 5-foot target. Now before we move on to some practical application and actually range a couple targets using the M145, there's a couple things I want to go over. The 10MZ, or the 10 meter zeroing line you see at the 800 meter mark, is used for zeroing the sight to the weapon. Now why is the 800 meter mark used? Well, that's because the M249 and the M240 Bravo are usually the weapon systems that use this sight. The 5.56 of the 249 and the 7.62 of the 240 have similar bullet trajectories out to 800 meters, therefore 800 meters was used as a zeroing mark. Now if you'll notice, 500 meters has a big gap in the horizontal line. That's used for 500 meter field zeroing, which is the final step in zeroing the sight in for the weapon system being used. Now, to gauge targets closer than 300 meters, say around 100 meters, what we want to do is simply take the vertical line at the top, place it in the top part of the silhouette, and you'll notice that the 300 meter mark intersects roughly around center mass. That can give you an estimate of a range of about 100 meters. Now to engage this target, what we want to do is move the top of our vertical line down to center mass, and then use our beaten zone to adjust if we need to. Now alternatively, if the target's within 100 meters, you can use your iron sights on the top of the M145. Now to do this in ArmA, you want to look at your numpad and hit the backslash button. You can also do this with a range of other optics within ArmA. For 300 meters, you want to take the 300 meter mark and put it at the base of the target, and you'll notice that the target roughly covers the entire top section of the vertical line. From there, you put the crosshairs for 300 meter mark, center mass. At 300 meters and beyond, it's really hard to see with your naked eye, so using the iron sight is not suggested at these ranges. Now at 800 meters, these targets are roughly the size of a human being. So what we want to do is ensure that our target fills the vertical gap in the stadia line at 800 meters to get our correct range. We'll get a correct windage and then adjust fire as needed onto the targets. As you can see, this sight is very useful for a gunner due to the gaps in the reticle. You're more accurately able to see your strikes land and adjust your beaten zone as needed. Like I said, these gaps in the vertical line represent a 60-inch target, so it's not going to be amazingly accurate estimations for ranges. I hope you found this video useful. Subscribe and stay tuned for more.